41-year-old man has been charged with first-degree murder of a 13-year-old girl after he allegedly found out she was pregnant with his baby.
Naziyah Harris' case is one of the most heartbroken case I've ever come across. But I feel like this is a case that should get more publicity and the conversation should be had by all of us. Because everybody in this young girl's life failed her. Allowing a 41-year-old man having a relationship with a 13-year-old child. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video, we want to talk about the Naziyah Harris story that's gotten everybody talking. People are talking about it, and yeah, we're going to get people's response and reaction to it, but I'm just going to go down and break the story down for you so you get like a comprehension of what's really going on and all that. Naziyah Harris went missing sometime last year, January, and they've been looking for her and all that. And this young girl, she is 13 years old at the time she went missing. And there was a whole lot of speculation going on and all that. And one of the people that raised the alarm that she was missing was her estranged mother. Naziyah was being adopted by her grandmother when she was 2 years old, so her mom was not in the place of where she could take care of Naziyah. And mind you, her mom was also a victim of abuse too, sex abuse and all that, being abused at a very young age. And then she had Naziyah. I can't even talk. Naziyah stayed with her mom right from when she was 2 till when she got missing. And in the house where she stays with her mom, the mom, 2 daughters stays with them too, which is her auntie. 2 of her aunties were staying with them in the house. And one of them had a boyfriend named Bot. And this Bot's boyfriend is a registered sex offender. But this auntie still went ahead to have 5 children with this man. So now the update on the story since she went missing last year is the fact that now the auntie's boyfriend is being charged with murder of Naziyah Harris. It was found out that after Naziyah went missing, a couple of messages was found on her phone that indicated that she had a full-blown relationship with her auntie's baby daddy that is 41 years old. We're going to get a sneak peek of the message, but you could see in the conversation that this girl was in love with this man and this man was playing with her emotionally, mentally, just so that he can have his way with a child. And in the process of their conversation, it was also found out that Naziyah was pregnant and they wanted to do something about it. Obviously, the 41-year-old man wanted to do something about it because he just impregnated a 13-year-old child. In that process where they were trying to do it, he was the last person that saw her alive. And even to date now, her body has not been found, but he's been charged with the murder of her, but yet he's still denying that he doesn't know anything about what happened to her when he was among the last people that saw her alive. She went to school. Rather than her to go straight home, she went to his workshop, and even his sister and the guy, they all both worked together in the shop, saw Naziyah, and after that she was not found. Also, another thing that was found during the investigation was the fact that his search history showed that he was looking up how to do abortion from home and all that, self-medicated abortion and all that, because it was being said all with the entire calculation that Naziyah was 5 months pregnant at the time she went missing. I have so much to say about the story because this just breaks my heart, because there is no way the auntie, the grandmom will say they don't know that this man was doing something to Naziyah. Anyway, guys, let me know if you've heard the story. Let's go hear people's response and see some of the text message. Guys, trigger warning, it's a graphic message. Hold yourself. So let's go see some of the messages and then people's response to this story, and then we'll come back and talk more.
Messages between 13-year-old Naziyah Harris and 41-year-old Jarvis Butts were read in court.
I'm going to hit him in the back again with question marks. He sends her a message that says, send me some pictures, please. She sends a message to Jarvis that says, I miss you. He replies back, the letters I-M-U, and then the number 2. Replies back to her, I want some.
And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it unveiled a lot of information I did not know about this case. The craziest thing I found was that Naziyah had actually gotten pregnant by Jarvis before, but he had bought a Plan B pill to get rid of it.
Her a message that says, but I can't do, so it's different. Replies, why you can't? Didn't you do it before? But I had to buy a pill to do so. She replies to him, you right.
In the text, he went on to say how he could no longer do the business inside of her because he had to go buy a pill afterwards, and she said, yeah, you right. According to the text, these two have been messing around for about 2 years before Naziyah went missing. You can also see that Naziyah was really in love with this man and thought that he was her man.
Is your mine and mine only, demand all your mine and will stay mine.
The whole time he was just running game on her, and he actually had been dealing with her and another young female in her family as well. When Jarvis told Naziyah that he would no longer be messing with the other young female in her family, she said, good, I didn't want her around anyway because she does the most.
I sends, are you still picking up Janiyah? I back, no. It's just me and you. She replies, okay, I really like that it's only me and you. You really didn't want her there, no way. No, I didn't want her there. But she do too much and you mine.
What I found most shocking about this situation is that Jarvis was sneaking in Naziyah's house at around 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning and having Naziyah sneak out of the house at around 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. It would tell her things like your mind, from your chest to your back end, to your head, to your mouth, to your throat, everything about you belongs to me.
I want to know the meaning when you say I'm yours and says all of you. Mind, body, and soul. Legs, arms, face, and then he has the word everything in all caps.
Being young and impressionable, just thought that it was so flattering, and she just said, okay. In a couple of the text messages, you could see Naziyah was sending Jarvis pictures, and Jarvis was sending pictures back to Naziyah. She said that she really wanted to lay up with him after receiving a photo prior to them planning to meet up. The texts are very graphic, and I don't want to go into great detail because I don't want this video to get striked, but he was doing a number on this girl's mental psyche. In these texts between Naziyah and Jarvis on September 27, 2002, Naziyah is telling him to come on in the house. He says, where are we doing it at? It's your choice. He tells her, you tell me. She says, let's go down to the basement or your job. He says, can you S my D? And make sure you erase these messages. She said, okay, that's what I plan to do anyway. Now, in these series of texts, Jarvis was at Naziyah's home when she wasn't there. He says, I'm at your house. She says, you better not be in my room. He went on to say, I took your undergarment. After that, Jarvis is asking Naziyah to send him some photos. She says, don't you still got the other pictures I sent you? He said, no. She said, okay, I'll send some. In the text below, Naziyah is actually revealing that she might possibly be pregnant, revealing that her period had not came on. She says, hello, are you there? He says, what do you mean? She said, it didn't come. He said, since when? She replied, since I was at the hospital. That was last month. She says, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I have to go to the doctor's tomorrow. He said, you took a pregnancy test and you said it was negative. She said, it did. He said, so go get another one. She said, I don't have any money. You go get one. If you ain't scared to get a Plan B, get a pregnancy test and bring it later. Just act like you have to use the bathroom. Jarvis seemingly went missing. She says, please, will you do it? Hello? I'm gonna say, I just want to talk. I really don't want to lose you. Can we talk later? Yes or no? Was still not responding. And Naziyah said, I don't know what your problem is, but I need you to bring me what I need tonight. It's hard doing all this gym stuff with this baby, and I don't know if I'm gonna get an F. The final text exchange before Naziyah went missing says, don't forget to be here before 3. I'll let you know when I'm leaving the school. If you're not there, I'll wait. Okay, if you see this message so I can delete your number. Jarvis responded saying, okay. As I previously stated, the text between these two were very graphic. You could tell that he was definitely doing a number on her psyche. I just feel so bad for this young girl. The fact that she got wrapped up with this guy and ended up is also unfortunate. I know a lot of people are going to be bringing up her aunt's girlfriend. She definitely knew something about it because she said that she knew about all the women who were pregnant outside of her relationship by Jarvis. She actually instructed her family to wait until the next day when they found out Naziyah was missing to contact the police. Like her family and the community in general just failed this young woman. Apparently CPS have been dealing with her repeatedly and a school counselor have been speaking to her, but nothing ever really happened. Anyway, this guy deserves to be thrown under the jail, you guys. This entire situation is also wacky. I really hope that there are charges pending for the aunt as well. I'm curious to know what you guys think regarding this. Let me know down in the comments. Peace.
The Naziyah Harris situation is so sad, and it just proves how all the adults around her failed her. But you know what hoe I really want to be dealt with? The grandma. She really went to court sitting within feet of a man who not only got her own daughter pregnant 5 times, but literally started grooming her granddaughter, who she was the guardian of, since at least age 11, got said granddaughter pregnant by 13, and decided, after being on every registry since 2000, this the final straw. I can't take this. So I'm just gonna take her life. And the woman said, I don't see him in the courtroom. I know when you do bad shit, like your karma go come, you will be dealt with.
Right.
But hoes like that, I need to see your karma televised. That is a revolution that I need televised. I need to see you suffer in some way, because that little girl did not deserve none of that. Like, how unfortunate to be born into a family or a situation full of pick-me-ass women that just wanted to say they could have claim of a that's light-skinned with a little curl, and ignore the fact that he's quite literally breeding
Predatory.
insecure, delusional women so that he could have fun
Whenever I want.
with the children that he's breeding and any other children they got around him. That's a different type of low. And it's just so unfortunate, and I hope they find that little girl body, and I hope that justice truly comes from it, because people like that need to be put underneath the jail. The whole family up. Them hoes is sick.
Have y'all heard about Naziyah Harris, the 13-year-old who went missing last year, January, from Detroit after finding out that she was pregnant from a 41-year-old man? I'm going to try to sum up the case real quick before I get to my point. Naziyah was a 13-year-old who was adopted by her grandmother when she was like 2 years old. They lived in Detroit. In the house lived the grandmother, her 2 kids, Naziyah, the 13-year-old, Naziyah's aunt, who's the grandmother's daughter, and her 5 children. The father of all of the aunt's 5 kids was a 41-year-old man named Jarvis Butts. Now, on January 9th of 2024, when she didn't return home from school, which was not like her, her family began looking for her, and the following day they called the police, which then started an investigation. Eventually, the aunt went through Naziyah's tablet and found some inappropriate messages between Naziyah and the aunt's baby father, Jarvis Butts. Fast forward, the police went through some phone records and found some extremely inappropriate and triggering text messages between Jarvis and Naziyah, and then went through his phone search history on the internet and found that he was looking up ways to perform an at-home abortion and looking up Planned Parenthood in the area. The case is going to trial now but Jarvis is still trying to say that he was Naziyah's mentor, a 41-year-old man trying to mentor a 13-year-old little girl. Weird. But my point is, y'all need to pay attention to what's going on with y'all kids, because it is a scary world out here. This man was picking her up, dropping her off, meeting up with her in her own crib, and I'm sure her grandmother was doing the best that she can, but y'all gotta pay close attention to what y'all kids got going on. I'm not gonna lie, y'all gotta go through them phones. Especially those preteens and young kids who are really impressionable. Y'all need to know what's happening, because there are predatory grown adults out here. Naziyah still has not been found, and that man is still saying that he has no idea what happened to her and he was not involved, even though he was the last one that was seen with her on January 9th. I hope they get justice for this little girl and her family, because it's insane. It's crazy.
The Naziyah Harris case is so hard to watch, but I really think that we need to open our eyes. It's really an eye-opener, along with some other girls who have experienced the same thing. Because I don't know about y'all, but growing up, I know so many girls who went through the same thing with pedophile stepdads, uncles, grandpa, daddies in their lives. And to the women, I'm not even talking about the men right now. I'm talking about the women who are such pick-me's, who just rather have a man, have any man, a broke man, just to have a man, just to say they have a man, that they will not protect the little girls around them. I hope it starts with our generation, because this has to stop. Let's break this generational curse of pick-me women.
Please.
I'm already breaking it with mine. I hope you with me too.
I have been trying to keep up with everything that was going on with the Naziyah case, and it's so heartbreaking. Like, sometimes I can't even stomach what was said in those text messages. Like, I can't even stomach it. That little girl didn't stand a chance in life. Like,
Honestly.
it's so sad, like, to see these cycles of abuse repeat itself. And people don't know how common that is, you know what I'm saying, for these older men to be predatory against young children.
Yeah.
But lock them all up, bro. Lock everybody up. There needs to be stricter laws
The mom,
on people who are
the grandma.
complicit with these type of things. There's no way y'all didn't know that this little girl was pregnant by that grown ass man. And I remember like being a being a kid, being a teenager, and be like, I want privacy. But that's a thing of you can't have that. Like, when you're living with grown folks, you can't have that. Like, you have, I'm not saying being a helicopter mom, but you have to really, really be in tune with your children, because stuff like this will fly under the radar. You would just never know. A lot of these grown men have mastered the art of making it seem like it's not a big deal. Like, oh, it's just not a big deal. Like, oh, I'm grown talking to a kid. Like, it's not a big deal. And children, their minds aren't developed. They don't know. That young girl trusted that man. Went to go see him after school, trusted this man, and he, oh my goodness, like, that can't be rehabilitated. Yeah, he needs to be put down for good. It's just sad. I really don't expect much from this man, but I really hope that they can find that little girl's body and just lay her to rest. Like, this, and there was another situation. Like, when I say I can't even stomach this, because I'm not even a mother yet, but if I was a mother, I couldn't even imagine what I would be the one in handcuffs, because how can you do that to a child? This trend with some of these sick ass men impregnating little girls or women and wanting to do an abortion, you know what I'm saying? Like, a post, I forgot the term for it, but wanted, really not even trying to be responsible, trying to take matters into their own hand. Like, you shouldn't have been doing that in the first place. But I just feel like everybody failed that little girl tremendously. And there's not even much to say. It's just so sad.
Guys, just as we all suspected, or many of us have, Naziyah Harris family members know what happened to her. They knew about what that man was doing to her. They kept it inside the family. They didn't go report him to the police so he can get arrested. So that left him more than enough time to stay out of jail, to conjure up a very sinister, evil plan to keep Naziyah forever. And it's really sad that her family members knew darn well on where she was and what happened and the things that was being taken place and happening to her all this time, and no one did anything. It's almost like they turned a blind eye. So yes, I feel like family members are also very much responsible for what happened to Naziyah Harris. And it's very, very suspicious that now her dad comes around just days before she disappeared, and he said that he only had a few days to live and because of his heart condition. Like, guys, this goes deep, and we're going to dig down the rabbit hole together. Just stay tuned for more.
We were warned on what we was about to watch, but I didn't think it was gonna be this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was not ready. I wasn't prepared mentally. I should have did some research before watching those videos, because that should be up. You know what I'm saying? As a mom, as a mother that has been through SA herself, starting from the age of 6, okay? As a mom that had to walk in on, a person doing that shit to her baby, all these people around this baby failed her. The grandma, the auntie, everybody failed her. The auntie gives, I don't give a or she tried to steal my man, or she's fast. That's what the getting from the auntie. That showed emotion on that stand. She just nonchalant, don't get. And the grandma, I'm just confused, because you took this baby in in 2016. You took her in. This is now your baby, and you fail on her like this. How is this baby able to go with this man every day to his shop every day, alone with her by himself every day? And then the dude that worked with him, his partner,
Exactly.
you see this baby there and you don't question that shit. Come on. You say something when it's too late. And then I'm binge watching I went and stalked her Instagrams. She's singing to him, lip singing the lyrics. She's 12. She's singing to this man. He had her head far gone. Far gone. I just can't wrap my mind around this shit. It's like everybody that's not related to this baby in that courtroom shows more emotion than family. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all because I'm so confused. They not showing that much, like I'm just shaking. I can't understand it. I can't understand. And then what about not checking our babies' phones? This is why I stress check your child's phone. Social medias, check everything. Check everything. Seriously. Because this type of shit, this baby's getting hurt in the worst way. And then I wasn't ready for the messages. The messages me up. It took me 3 tries to try to make this video. I couldn't do shit, cry and break down. I was not ready for the messages. The messages sound like she's a grown-ass woman, a well-experienced woman when she's a baby. And he was that comfortable. You that sick in the head to be talking to this baby like this. Everybody failed her. And I feel like everybody knew.
They knew.
It's one of these cases of black family members trying to sweep shit under the rug. I'm so livid by this shit. I can't believe this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is up. This is really bad. Come on now. This shit crazy. I'm so mad. Like, I'm hurting for this baby. I am. And then nobody knows where she at. He can't even give people the common decency. Like, you already committed the crime. Please tell where the baby is. Where is she? That is so crazy. This whole thing is. I just learned about her. And it got me all twisted. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Is the death penalty still around? Because that's what he needs.
Exactly.
He needs to suffer in the worst way. He does. This is damn, y'all. Y'all don't understand. Coming from a person that had been essayed and that did everything for somebody to notice what the going on. You know what I'm saying? Then having to walk in on some shit happening to my baby. Why are we not protecting our children? Even if you find out some shit or you think some shit, can you please act on it? Act on that shit. Because look, she's 12 and she's never coming back. I spent 30 minutes on Instagram, y'all. 30 minutes on this baby Instagram. On all of her Instagram pages. Everyone that I could find. And just being on that for a second, you could tell how hurt this baby was. But Stockholm syndrome. She really thought she was in a relationship with this man. She thought that was her man. Y'all don't understand how bad this is, and I am just like, oh my God.
Like, this story it's really heartbroken. I don't even have words to say because honestly, let me know what you think about this story down in the comment section. But please, as always, be respectful. You're on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So let me know, have you heard of the story? What are your thoughts? Go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. For me, like I always say here on this channel, is that because you can have a child, that does not mean you should have a child. Clearly, everybody failed this young lady. Everybody in her life failed this young lady. And this is something that is very common and less talked about, of how children are being put in situations, especially when they are surrounded by women that are very men-centered. Because for me, that's what happened here. Definitely the auntie wanted to keep that man, even though he was a registered sex offender. She still went ahead to have 5 kids with him. That speaks a lot of her character. And even allowing such person to have 5 children. and even being around even more children, and even allowing that person to be in a relationship with a sex offender, allowing a sex offender being around children, that really speaks a lot of women that would do anything just for the fact that they have a man. And I have a couple. I did a video some time ago where people were coming to share their story, how their mother were dating men that was abusing them, and it's something that is very rampant. Women that centers men, they will look the other way. They will give the blind eye just so that they can have the man. I've said it before. I have a case. There's so many cases, but there's this particular case of a father that was abusing the daughter. The mother was blaming the daughter, that is a child, that she was the one seducing the husband. And I get it that there are a lot of people on the internet that will be saying, "Oh, she's fast, da 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 da. She's fast." Like, yeah, some little kids just wants to be fast. I know there are some people that is going to say that, but have you asked yourself that what make little girls or little kids wants to be fast? It's out of neglect, and you could clearly see from that message, like she's just looking for somebody to love her. She just wants somebody to be there. She just wants her own person, and she thought this evil monster was. And the grandmom, you see, this is where, like, it just boils down to everything we talk about here, talking about how dissenting men heal your trauma, because these are factors that affect even the way you raise children. These are factors that affect the way you react, the way you respond to things. Because clearly, there's a lot of trauma going on in that family that has not been unpacked, a lot of things that has not been unpacked. And I know the traditional African or a traditional black family, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of trauma unpacked. There's a lot of healing that needs to be done. Because how can that mother don't know the person that her daughter has 5 children with, and in the court she was acting like she didn't know? And then another thing is, like, there's so many points where this little girl was being fair. Another thing is that even the man's sister was among the last people that saw this young girl alive, because she was in her brother's workshop where he fixed cars. And this Harris was there. She was going back and forth in his car. She saw her, and she went to the grocery store next to the workshop. She saw the little girl there, and she didn't say anything. This is where people call me nosy, because I am that person that if I see a child and an adult and there's a move, a funny move, I'm speaking up. I remember there was this day I went to this wedding, and after the wedding, we're waiting for the Nigeria wedding. After the wedding, we're like, I know the couple, so we're just waiting to round up things up. So I was sitting down there close to a vendor that came for the wedding. So she brought her daughter along. And because the vendor was trying to wrap up things, the daughter was just sitting down there. Do you know a grown-ass man was hitting on this little girl? And I told her to leave there because it was slowly trying to take her away from eyes and all that. And I was like, this way. I was like, come. I was like, come here. And he was so pissed. He was like, do you know her? Do you know her? I was like, come here. And I asked her to sit next to me. This man was pissed. That's what you do as people. That's what you do as women. When you see, you question, you ask, you take action. But most times we always go with the narrative, oh, this is not my child. I don't know this child. Da 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 da. Raise an eyebrow. You know your brother is a sex offender. So what is a child doing around him? What's a child doing around? You're not asking questions. Said he's mentoring her. What is a 41 years old man doing with a 13 years old child? Huh? He has 5 children. He did not mentor his own children. Everybody failed this young girl. And there are lots of young girls out there that the society, their family keep failing every single day. And it needs to stop. Stop having kids. Because you can have it does not mean you should have it. Because clearly, she has a father that impregnated her mother and they brought her. Where are they? The mother is enthralled with her since she was 2. The father showed up few months after she, is it before she went missing or after she went missing? Was never there in her life, was paying child support. It takes beyond money to raise a healthy child. And this just end up giving, like I keep talking about, end up having ripple effect in the society, in the world. Because when you're not raising a good human being, a healthy child, it shows in the society. And I don't want to hear anybody talk about how this girl was being fast, because somebody introduced her to it, and the person that introduced her to the madness is an adult. And when there's neglect, there's neglect in the home, there's no love. This is why a lot of women are pygmies too, because they didn't get the love they are supposed to get from home. So they are looking for that love in a man. If this man can love me. This is why people are in a toxic cycle, toxic relationship, because they are looking for that love, because they don't have it at home. They don't have it with their family. They don't have it with their friends. They don't have it with their parents. So they are looking for it in relationship. They don't even love themselves. This story is just pissing me off. Anyway, guys, go ahead and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about the story down in the comment section. But as always, be respectful. Share this video. This is a very important conversation. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because we have banging conversation. So please share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see. And that'll be you supporting this channel and me. So go on and do that. And more people need to see videos like this and join in this conversation. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to this channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.